Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new loot video for you all today. So today I bring you guys a special one. This is loot from 100 Master Clue Scrolls, also known as loot from 5,000 Dragon Implings. Thanks to a rich friend of mine who goes by the name of Prodigy, all these Implings you see in this bank tab here I obtained for free. And since I am doing a from scratch series, I had no money involved in this. I just knew that 5,000 Dragon Imps could give me so many elite clue scrolls, which then led to the idea of the 100 Master Clue Scrolls. Overall, 1.3 to 1.5 billion GP was spent on all these Implings. That's a rough amount. A lot of them sold right away, but then towards the end, the last 1,000 were selling for way over price. I will say the main goal for this video is to see a third age item or a Master Clue Scroll pet. I really do hope 100 Master Clue Scrolls is enough to see one of those things, but we will soon find out. But first, we have some words from our sponsor today, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends has millions of players and dozens of tough bosses, but its heart and soul are its jaw-droppingly gorgeous champions. And guess what? Check out this new faction that they just released. Get ready to meet the Shadow Kin. Shrouded in mystery, hailing from the furthest reaches of the eastern continent beyond the Brimstone Path. It's believed that they've been under the brutal heel of the demon spawn for the last several hundred years. Only in the past few months have they outgrown Searoth's yoke and revealed themselves to the other factions. Are they honorable? Yes. Evil? Not anymore. Are they good? Only time will tell. This faction is just getting started. Come meet the new arrivals in the game. One of them being the Infiltrator, my favorite out of all of these new arrivals. That intimidating look with the red clothing, the hood and the mask, and not to mention those throwing knives that he has that he can use up close or from afar really makes him stand out. And putting aside all of the exclusive new updates that Raid has to offer, what I love is just all of the shards that you can get on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, as well as all the gifts that the Raid team provides to new players and loyal players. Not to mention the extraordinary detail on all of these champions. And it is important to note that Raid just hit its 2-year anniversary with a load of anniversary events and tournaments going on right now. If you move quickly, you might still be able to catch some of the special events, and you can get your hands on some free gifts and rewards. The schedule is jam-packed until the middle of April with insane anniversary events and tournaments with anniversary-sized prizes to win. And you might still also be able to get involved in the very first ever clan versus clan tournament, getting a chance to compete directly against another clan. On top of all of that, they got some new huge updates coming later in the month, including a new Doom Tower rotation with 2 tough new bosses. Raid is huge already, and their whole anniversary event makes it an awesome time to join one of the biggest gaming communities out there, so don't wait around. If you want to get a huge head start in Raid, all you have to do is hit the link in the description below, or you can scan my QR code that's been showing all of this time, and you will get your free epic champion, Jotun, who is amazing for the Doom Tower. On top of that, 100,000 silver, 50 gems, 3 ancient shards so you can summon these awesome champions as soon as you get in game. All of this treasure will be waiting for you here, and once you're in game, find me under the name Mr. No Sleep and join my clan. And it's that easy. Just click that link in the description and I will see you there. Alright, well, big shout out to Raid. We are about to get started here. Just want to say they've been sponsoring the channel for about 2 years now, and I really do appreciate you guys watching those ads. And just remember, you can always skip them if you don't enjoy them. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into these Dragon Implings. So every time you see these jars being opened, it is 264k being lost every single time. Now, of course, you do get a random drop, and that will deduct against that number, and you will get some GP back. But we are clearly not doing this for GP, we are doing this for clue scrolls, and the Dragon Impling gives the elite clue scroll, which is what we need to build that master. The magpie that you see in the bank gives the hard clue, the eclectic gives the medium, and the gourmet gives the easy. Now, if I was to just do elite clue scrolls throughout all these 5k Dragon Imps, I would certainly lose, I would think, unless I get a third age item, a lot more GP than if I was to do masters. There are some people in the game that I'm sure do camp elite clues, and maybe they do get Dragon Implings just for those clues, maybe due to the collection log or just, you know, passion for elites for some reason. But personally, I think the master clue is where it's at. Of course, you get the extra chance of third age with the mimic and all of the bonuses with all the extra loot that's worth so much more than what the elite clues have to offer. It is crazy to think that if you complete a master clue, whether you're any account on this game, if you were able to hit a third age item such as the pickaxe, the axe, the druidic top and bottom, the cloak, even the staff, most of those items are worth over 1 billion GP. So I mean, that's just incredible to think that one of those caskets could change your life on this game forever. Not to mention the bloodhound pet too, really good looking pet, one of my favorites, but I never expected to get it, but the only time that I would expect to get it would probably be during this video. So let's hope that we get the pet, because if you didn't know this already, all of the loot that I do get back from these Implings on top of the clue scrolls, I of course will be giving back to the guy that funded this whole video. As a matter of fact, I've already given it back. This is actually Easter Sunday today, and I believe I finished this video on last Friday, so shout out to him again. And I will say that whether we make money or not, I don't know, guys. The RNG is not in our favor, because we're gonna have to hit a third age item to profit from this one, but I am curious to see the overall loot from 5,000 Dragon Imps, just in regards to the items themselves, see how much money could be lost. I kind of had a tradition every single time I would open up all of my Implings to gather all the clue scrolls. I would just teleport directly to Watson and then trade them in for a master, and the inventory would have already been laid out at this point. As you can see on screen here, I got a lot of wilderness steps, so that's why you'll always see food in my inventory along with brews and restores, occasionally super combat potions if I get the ancient wizard trio, and of course you're gonna run into some PKers along the way if you're getting a lot of master clues, because there's just so many steps that involve the wilderness, it is crazy. So I did run into some PKers, but I don't think I died a single time throughout this video. I may not be the best at PKing, but I'm pretty good at surviving, so with a good inventory of food and potions, you should be good to go. My gear choice was kind of strange. I just went with Zamorak D-hide along with a blowpipe and max cape. Gotta love the old school look with the Zamorak D-hide, and yes, I did accidentally open a master clue scroll pretty early on, so shout out to 457k. That was the reward for my 121st master clue. So yeah, we are starting this video at 120 overall master clue KC, and if you think that's a lot, there's someone in the game who currently has 6,341 KC. He's actually rank 1 on master clue scrolls. You can imagine if some of those guys made loot videos as well, I would love to see their stacks of caskets as well as all the loot. I mean, I'm sure the top page of master clue scrollers have received many third age items in their time, so big shout out to all those hardworking guys. I was pretty lucky myself to be given these Implings to do this video so quickly. I think overall this took 35 to 40 hours to complete, and I did live stream all of it on twitch.tv/MrNoSleep. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to live stream it, be very interactive with you guys, but it was also pretty boring too, because if you think about it, it was kind of delaying the gratification. You don't get to open that casket right away, see that juicy reward. You always have to wait till the very end, and that's kind of annoying at times, because you know, you're just really doing the same steps over and over again, especially certain steps that take a long time to reach. There's a specific step that's involved in the Vialdi caves. I did make a barrel loot video in that area before, and that step alone takes about 5 to 6 minutes, and I don't have a long rope, which is something that speeds that step up. So you know, there were annoying times like that, but overall I was just thankful to be given the opportunity, so I kept at it, and I did get this done in a timely manner. I was keeping track of all of the loot in one bank tab from all the Implings. I was just kind of combining all of the exclusive and expensive loot, whether it be from the Dragon Implings or the Magpies. Even the Eclectics had a few good things like battle stabs that you can collect. So you can kind of see the loot being tracked there from start to finish. There were times where I'd run out of Magpie Implings to search because they're about 18k a piece, and you know, I was only given so many, so I then had to sell the 10,000 Ninja Implings very slowly to kind of fund the Magpies and the Eclectics and all that stuff. It was key to not mess up my bank value with the Road to Elysian series. I think last episode it ended at about 140 mil, so I at least knew because of screenshots taken how much I needed to refund myself, etc., so that I didn't spend too much of my own money, and everything ended perfectly thanks to those Ninja Implings. Overall, the average loot from a Master Clue Scroll is 794k according to the wiki. The average loot roll is worth about 132k, and there are multiple rolls, as we all know, per these Master Clues. Well, it looks like we are coming to a close here. 90 Master Clue Scrolls in the bank, and I will say the one regret that I have, and a huge advice to you guys if you're going to be camping Master Clues, definitely complete your diaries and obtain that quest cape. The music cape as well, for quicker access to Fallow the Bard and Sherlock, and as well as all the fairy ring steps you're going to be encountering throughout any any clue scroll tier, honestly. It's not fun to be a max main and using a lunar staff still to this day in order to reach all of those locations. So just a piece of advice to you guys, keep on the lookout for your diaries to be completed if you're going to be doing these masters. I could have saved so many hours had I just not been running so much, so just something to keep in mind. But here we are coming to a close, slowly but surely opening all these dragon implings up, and it looks like we didn't quite reach 100 master clues from 5,000 dragon imps. I tried my best not to spam click the implings. I didn't care so much about the magpies and everything else, but as it goes for the dragons, I try to take it a little slow most of the time, ending with a total of 92 master clue scroll caskets on this account, which begs the question, Mr. No Sleep, where is the 100 master clues? Well, luckily for you guys, I had 8 on another account, and I'll be showing the screenshot from that too. So 100 it is. The very first clue scroll being 642k, of course not including the one we opened on accident really early on, but either way, we are going to continue to open these caskets, throw all the loot in the same bank tab, and you will see the amount growing and growing over time. I did have live commentary going with this, but in all honesty, I was just listening to really loud music on stream, and I wasn't really talking that much, and occasionally I was vaping, so I figured that would probably annoy you guys, so I didn't want to look at that baby anguish ornament kit coming in 8.7 mil, round that up to the 8.8, very nice to see, followed by an armadillo ornament kit, which is not as expensive, about 888k from that, but still, an ornament kit is an ornament kit. Looking at the collection log here, we had 14 out of 94 items completed, and I think at this very point, this probably added about 3 or 4 to that list from the caskets that we opened up so far. You will see a lot of differences in between these clue scrolls, some more expensive than others, obviously going from 232k there to 1.6 mil there, the obsidian cape, very nice, stylish reward. And overall, it took just about 12 caskets to reach our very first mimic of the video. My method for killing the mimic was pretty straightforward. I would just dump all my DDS specs with a decent amount of strength bonus and then follow it up with magic, but you can use melee here, it works just as well. Never tried range though, so I'm not too sure how that goes, but the mimic reward did give us 25 extra wine of Zamarok. We do love the wine, 350k overall though. Outside of the uniques, you're always going to be seeing a lot of noted supplies and resources like the black dragon hide, the herbs, a lot of dragon items as well. Another mimic coming in, and this one comes with 600 extra death runes, 534k. That's more like it. That's the number that you would really want to see when doing master clues. Anything under, I'd say 350k would definitely be a letdown. Once again, a mimic was seen, and this one 619k with those samurai chaps. That's a nice unique. Before I started this video, my best master clue reward was just an anguish ornament kit. I got it a long time ago. I believe I sold it for 25 mil at that point in time, but before that, nothing else really crazy from these clues. Across all these YouTube videos and all these years of doing clue scrolls, the most expensive thing I've ever received was actually ranger boots from level 2s, so I've always been a big fan of mediums. The clue scroll rewards continuing here, another nice one, tormented ornament kit, 5.3 million GP. I do want to give a shout out to 2 special guests that did show up while I was opening all these, one being Flash Voyage, who is rank 1 overall for medium clue scrolls, and Scared Zebra, who's rank 1 overall hardcore Iron Man for hard, elite, and almost master clue scrolls, so big shout out to those 2 guys. I was doing this opening live on Twitch, so that's why there was a decent amount of people at the original spot where we do most of the price checks in these loot videos, Castle Wars, or I guess Crafting Guild too, but yeah, Castle Wars, easier to access. So far, nothing from these clues. We're almost down to the halfway point of 50, of course 92 on this account, but we really haven't been seeing much of anything, just a couple ornament kits and not anything really that valuable. A lot of mimics though, as you can see, we weren't really slacking or lacking on the mimics at all, but still yet to see a pet, no third age item. Haven't even seen an Anku piece, which those are really nice to get. I think a lot of those pieces go for 10, 20, 30 mil a piece. I think the top is the most expensive, so even if we saw that, it would be really appreciated. But this is all a gamble. Master clues are not guaranteed to be 100% profitable all the time in regards to third age or rares. It's very, very uncommon. But either way, I really do think they're a great part of the game. It really does motivate people to get up their skills. Another nice tormented ornament kit there. there, 5 mil. A lot of people always say to me the only reason they train their skills these days is either to do a diary step or to do a master clue step. So I think it's a nice little motivation for people to just go out of their way and get some skills done, even if they're not going to enjoy it that much. Down to 40. Looks like we got 25 grimy Renard weeds from that last mimic. Definitely going to need some grimy Renard weeds if I don't see any third age or a pet. But hey, there is a Anguish ornament kit, the most expensive item so far, 8.8 million GP. That is the second one that we have received throughout this video. If you are curious of the new Clue Scroll videos coming to the channel soon, I am in the process of working on 100 elite caskets. I am actually stacking them up and throwing that on Road to Elysian. I currently have about 9 of them, so you will see that hopefully within the next 2 months if I start playing a little bit more. But either way, that is another video to come. I've been seeing a lot of Clue Scroll footage on YouTube lately, especially tons of masters. If you guys want to check out my latest YouTube post, I do encourage you to do so. There's 5,000 hard clues there, and that same guy along with a few others have been uploading tons of master clue caskets as well. Just a little advice to you guys if you want to browse around YouTube later, see some other people's perspective on master clues, whether it's my account or anyone else's. I think the RNG factor is always the most entertaining thing. Third age is third age after all. We did see a third age kite shield in the last video, and I'm really hoping that we see something in this one too. We are getting to the end here, but I have a feeling something good is coming. 17 left to go, lucky number 7. What do you guys think? You're gonna see some third age? Put that ring of wealth imbued on, get that luck going, perhaps a bloodhound pet, something, anything. I will say the longest goal of mine, the biggest goal of mine on RuneScape since day one has been a third age item. And I'll even take the cop-out third age item, which is the ring. I'll even take that. But here we go, 10 left to go. A lot of mimics as well. The next mimic that we did receive gave us 25 wines of Zamarok. Here we go, 7 caskets remaining at 250k, followed by, well, not the best, 178. Decent there, 455. The current tab is showing 42 million. 3 left to go, gentlemen. Here we go, 169k, 382. And finally, the last casket on this account from 5,000 Dragon Implings comes out to be, I did say I have a good feeling, an occult ornament kit, 4.5 mil. Yeah, not bad is what people are saying. You know, I said I had a good feeling. I did not say I had a great feeling. So 92 master caskets overall. Here is the loot on RuneLite. 66.9 million, rounded up to 67 mil from 92 masters. The best items being the ornament kits and the obsidian cape. Not gonna lie, that is a little disappointing. As it goes for the other 8 masters, here is the loot from that. Unfortunately, the clips got corrupted because I ran out of space, so they would not save. I know, that's absolutely terrible, but 3 mil from these masters. Very upsetting rewards. If you combine that to my 67, it looks like we made 70 mil exactly from 100 master clue scrolls. Now it is time to sell the Dragon Impling loot and see how much money we get back from that. I also threw in some of the Magpie and Eclectic loot, but I don't think it would be that much, maybe 100 mil or so less than what you see here, so I also sold the remaining Implings and the Impling jars. It looks like I went through 14,000 jars just for this one video. So that's 5,000 Dragon Imps, and then everything else I guess would just be divided between the Eclectics, the Gourmets, and the Magpies. But either way, as you can see, selling all of this insane loot, I wish RuneLite would track the Impling loot too. 664 mil being shown so far, and so much other stuff to sell. Again, all this money was given back to the guy that provided the Implings. He was very happy with it. I believe the quote that he said to me was, "Off to the arena." So let's hope he transformed the overall amount that I got back from this video, which is coming to a close here, about 674 million GP. And if we add up what's in that tab, then it looks like we made just about 700 mil back from all of the 5,000 Dragon Impling loot along with the Master Clue loot. So that's pretty bad considering the Dragon Impling loot sold for a lot less than it should have. But let's not forget about those Ninja Implings from the start. After selling those back, I did actually give him back 930 mil. So not that big of a loss on his part, probably about 600 mil or so. Well, I guess it's a pretty big loss. Unfortunately for me, no third age, no bloodhound pet, and that's the end, guys. Unfortunately, no luck this time around. I am very disappointed, but you know what? I didn't earn those master clues. It was more so just kind of given to me, so I can't really be that upset. That is only fair to say. So with all that being said, thank you guys very much for watching the video. Let's hope for better luck in the next one, and until then, Mr. No Sleep out.